Let's turn our video on and check our sound and video. Jen, can you see us? Can you hear us? She has stepped away, so this is not nice to ask someone who's away from their computer. Nice. I'm going to assume that we are good.
Click to join P&Z. That's all I'm trying to do is click to join.
Good evening. It is Thursday, May 7th. It is 6:01. This is the Bluff Planning and Zoning regular meeting. We are going to start with a roll call. Malia Collins, Chair.
Caitlin McLennan.
Marcia Haydenfeld.
Fabulous. Brian is going to be joining virtually, and Ann Brown has an excused absence.
Oh.
So, first things
Did I
first.
close my computer correctly?
Yes, sounds good.
Good.
Oh, fabulous. There he is. Hello, Brian. We just did roll call. Would you want to say your name for the record?
I am Brian Whitney.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Well
you.
done.
Hey guys, sorry. I'm here now. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's all good. It's all good.
Might be the last Thursday I ever work at UNHS, so who knows?
Hi.
If I'm lucky.
Public record. Well,
Yeah, right. Oh crap! Did I just say that out loud on a public record? No, it's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna work Mondays, and it's fine. Anyway, moving on. I'm here.
It's cool. It's cool. Be cool, Brian. Be cool.
Oh God! Act cool. Sorry.
All right. So, starting with April 2nd meeting minutes for approval. So, looking through, it looks like we have some edits. Number 1, update from town council. Font color. Oh,
I wrote that. Both lines said one. So one says one for the proposed amendments to the master fee schedule, and then says one for the proposed amendments to the master fee schedule. So one is wrong.
it was the fiscal year 2026. But
It's the one and then the two, or no?
Yeah, it just said the same thing. It was funny.
nice. Good catch.
Okay. And I think that might have been all I put. Yeah.
Amazing. Anyone have any other edits, additions? Otherwise,
I would. Oh, you want to do it, Marcia? I can do it. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented here with their edits.
And I'll second it.
I didn't do a very good motion, but I did one.
and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Perfect. Passes unanimously. Over to April 16th. Okay, looks like we have some here.
Yeah.
Marcia? WUI requirements in the building code would only apply to new construction or major remodeling, and standards are based conditions
on conditions including, so it sounded like they were based only on access, hydrant, brush. No, there's all kinds of stuff. Those I think I was saying were examples of them. So I just want to say are based on conditions including, or, and then I put and more at the end of the sentence. In other words, I'm just saying that isn't everything. I didn't want people to go, oh, well, I have access and I'm good, when in fact it's a whole thing.
Yes, I like that addition.
And I think I said it that way. I'm not trying to change what happened. I think I was sort of listing what was kind of part of it. If I didn't say the word part of it, I'm sorry. So.
No, I recall that. So to read the sentence to make sure it makes sense, WUI requirements in the building code would only apply to new construction or major remodeling, and standards are based on conditions, including access, hydrant proximity, and brush clearance and more.
Right.
Okay, yeah, looks good.
It's fine. And just so they don't think, oh, that's not what she said. And then one more. Yeah, I don't want to include stuff that's not 5, I think. Therefore, I don't think I said it that way. I think I said, there was also a suggestion by Hayden Felt not to include some of the level 4 areas. I just remember that,
Mhm.
yeah, so I want to make sure I don't go down as adding more stuff than I wanted to.
Yeah,
That come through.
I recall that was your stance.
Okay, there you go, that's my, you can lower the word not to.
No, it's
regular-
good. I like it in all caps.
You can put it into regular letters, I just wanted to make sure I said what I said. Thank you.
They look good. Thanks for your edits, Marcia.
Okay, anything else?
Anything else, anyone?
I would make a motion to accept the minutes from April 16th as amended.
I would second.
Perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
I,
And they are approved. All right, good work, team. Next order of business, public comment. Are there any members of the public that would like to make a public comment? We have no one visiting here in the audience. We don't have anyone online other than someone who is actually on the agenda, but if they would like to make a public comment, they are welcome to. All right, gonna close public comment. And moving on to old business, update from the town council. Aaron was originally planning on being here, but had to work a shift at the restaurant tonight, unfortunately. So, I'd say our biggest update from town council, I'll do my best, is the proposed property tax increase, to pay for, to cover a salary.
to fund,
To fund. Oh,
to
what a good-
fund.
To fund emergency services, but not in the sense that we want to pull away from San Juan County as an olive branch, as Mayor Ewing likes to say, to show our support and show that we are making some attempts to
Support ourselves.
support ourselves. Yes. There is a open house, a budget open house on May 19th from 6 to 7:30. That will go through how the budget is created and then actually all of those budget increases or changes within the budget. There's going to be tables so that people can go around and ask questions and really get a good idea of what the additional funds are going to actually be going toward.
What was the timing again? I'm sorry.
May 19th from 6 to 7:30, so it'll be after the regular meeting. Is it 6 to 7:30? I think that's right. Double check your time. Actually, I think I have the flyer
That's
pulled
okay.
up on my
We can-
screen right now. Yes, 6 to 7:30. I am correct. There was a special meeting that occurred just before this, and the town council approved some bids for selective demolition, window replacement, and fire suppression for the old elementary school, the brick building. I think those are some of the big things that are going on with town council right now.
Can I ask a question about that meeting?
Of course.
The one on Tuesday, I came into it right after, I think David was there, right? Gallegos talking. Was that David? Who was here?
No, that was Jeremy.
Sorry, who was that? Oh, it's Jeremy.
Uh,
Sorry. Right. I didn't see the intro. I didn't even know who it was. I just heard him talk, but what he was referencing in terms of increasing the TRT, he was strictly speaking about what the county's plan is. Is that correct? And he was just sharing, because I heard most of what he said, but I did not hear his intro. So I just wanted to confirm that all he was talking was about, that was kind of laying out the county's plans as sort of a introduction to the need for, I'm just want to make sure that's what was going on.
Yes, you are exactly
Okay,
right.
cool.
So
All
it
right,
was
sweet.
Jeremy Hogard of EMS, and he is introducing a 1% sales tax increase that would go specifically to EMS services. And he had a lot of figures. I recommend if anyone is interested to go back and actually listen. It's at the beginning of the meeting from this Tuesday, the 5th. He did a really good presentation talking about all of the different options and the price of EMS services. And so that would actually be to support the county and to help pay for the EMS services specifically, whereas the town of Bluff proposal is for emergency services, which is fire and EMS combined, and it would be a couple of different things. There's a good breakdown, and I don't want to speak to it because I haven't looked at it well enough to say.
And those are
Perfect.
two separate discussions.
Yes.
Emergency services in Bluff is discussed as a possible property tax change.
Right.
The emergency rate in the tax rate for the county EMS proposal is a what? Sales tax or TRT?
It will be a sales,
TRT, I thought, right?
no, it's sales
No
tax.
sales, just general sales? Okay, I thought he was talking about TRT or something. Okay. Cool.
We related it to TRT because the amount that Bluff would contribute is about the
Oh,
amount
okay,
that we contribute
I
as
see.
somehow.
Cool.
And it's
Thank you for
something that will
clarification.
actually be on our ballots in November. The sales tax will be on our ballots in November.
This
Great.
November?
So, well, I'm
Great.
sure there's gonna be a lot of additional information about it before then. And we are blessed to have a town council member on the meeting right now. Jen, do you have any additional thoughts on your statements?
Nope. If you want me to add anything else, I'm happy to. But yeah, no, it definitely, the tax that the county is proposing is a sales tax, it's not a TRT tax.
Cool, that's
Thank
great
you.
for those of us that don't get to contribute to TRT, so.
Don't get to.
Yeah, people still, well, people still come to our shop and buy things and then call EMS the next day, so.
No, Brian,
know,
and that was part of the reason
that's
that
how I
they
feel
felt
about
that
it,
was
yeah.
one of the best ways.
Totally,
Yeah, that's the way they perceived it, as that they have now gotten the evidence that about 40% of our EMS
right,
response calls are directly tourism related, and they felt
Yep.
that was the best way to kind of tackle
I
that.
think that makes
price
total
increase.
sense. Yeah, that makes total sense to me. I get that one, so. Sweet, thanks for the clarification, guys.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up. All right, any other thoughts on updates from town council? Hey, that moves us to number 2, review and vote to approve the application to subdivide lot. I have a copy in my hand, but I'll also get one on our screen, so bear with me for a hot second. And I'll have that displayed. Thank you so much, Jen, for turning this in.
Sorry, it was so last minute. Hopefully I've got everything that you requested. I tried to fill out the form online and it cut half of my stuff off. So now you have a hybrid, half written in, half filled out form. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't know, that feels very Bluff to me. I love that.
All right, so this was introduced last week. We talked about it with Jen. Does anyone have any questions, any thoughts, just from their initial review of it?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to make sure that we understand what we're doing here. And that is that you can have a half acre in the residential lot, so that's what's splitting. And when you get a half acre as a new landowner, you can put your house wherever it fits. So I want to make sure that we're clear here that we're approving a lot subdivision. We are not approving the house as drawn on the map, the setbacks and all of that, oh, there it is. There's a lovely drawing here of how a house can fit on the lot. We're not approving that. I just want to make sure that's understood.
Yep.
Because the new owner of this property now has a half acre to put the house wherever they want. And they may well have worked all this out with Antonio because he helped do some lines or stuff. But that's not up to us. When they go to build, the landowner will propose their designs and answer those questions. And that also kind of applies to this sewer, this septic review here, or soil test. And it talks about a 2-bedroom home and that sort of thing. That too is all we're approving here is saying that we know that the land itself is a viable piece of property. We're not approving that this house can go on this septic. And so that's just my only discussion is I so appreciate that Jennifer and Antonio are showing us, things can work and things can fit, because it's an awkward little turn of land. But we're approving the lot.
That's a great clarification.
So, Marcia, I do have a caveat with that. We
Sure.
are actually installing a septic system and utilities in the next two to 3 months on that piece of property.
Okay, you are?
So, yes,
So the Davilas are telling us that the septic goes with them, meaning you guys are the septic people?
um, So-
You're septic approved is what you're
yes,
saying.
we are septic approved and we will install it, yes, as part of the sale. That was the package
Right.
that the people are looking at, was the piece of land with utilities installed, so.
Okay, so whatever deal you made, the deal is fine. You're just saying that's why you submitted the septic piece with it.
Well, I also submitted the septic piece because that was one of the things that was required on
Right.
the land application submittal request.
Okay, so we're saying that the lot is approved to do this, to be septic available, and in this case, you happen to be the ones doing it. Okay. right.
Exactly, yep.
Okay. So it's basically then the discussion of house location that is not up to us, but probably will come very close to what we're looking at here, because that's how it
Yeah, I
fits.
think so.
Okay,
Yeah, they're not ready to apply for a building permit yet. They're working on gathering funds and things like that, but they will probably go with that plan that I have submitted with, in front of you guys.
but they're available to, I mean, they're allowed to do any of the above, so that's fine. Okay, that's cool. I just wanted to make sure we didn't say, hey, you didn't build this house right here in this picture, because we don't have to say that.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Good,
And the good news is that all goes through the building department.
exactly.
Yeah, right, exactly.
No, that's cool. We're good. Whatever deal you worked out for utilities is fine with us, as long as it's all allowed, and it apparently is, so. That was my comment. Thank you.
Yeah. Sounds good. Anyone else?
No, I just second what Marla says, but other than that, nothing.
I make a motion to approve the requested lot division to form a separate half-acre lot for the Davila presentation.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. And Jen, I will get
Malia,
this.
can you remind me the fee?
Yes. I was just
You
looking
have
at.
I know that I was supposed to look it up on the fee schedule, but I forgot to do that.
Oh, you're right. I'll look through, I'll do all the signing and things I need to do for this and get that fee information over to you tomorrow morning.
Perfect.
And I thought the order, just out of discussion here, I thought the order of information is fees submitted with applications.
That's true.
That's true. Okay. So you can sign anything you want. You can't hand it to her until
True.
you have a fee.
Until we have our fee paid.
Yep, because she could run away.
Bring you a check.
She's
She
that
could
type.
run away. I'll keep an eye on her.
Yes,
Make sure she
has-
doesn't make a run
she
for
has
it.
family in
I wish
Mexico.
she could run
That's
away
where she
that
could-
easily.
She could get to Mexico
What?
before
You
we
wish
would.
you could run away?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Awesome. We'll chat more tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, planning and zoning.
Thanks.
I'm signing
Jen.
off.
See you later.
Bye.
What? Boring you?
Huh? Oh, yeah, it's a
Goodbye.
meetings week.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
like I've been on enough
See
of
y'all
these.
soon.
See ya.
Alrighty, so number 3, finalization and vote to accept the WUI map for town council review. So Caitlin was kind enough to take her iPad and build a
Yes.
for us. So based on our conversation last time, I was gonna say last week, last meeting, and per the minutes that we were just discussing and approving, Caitlin has drawn a beautiful blue blob over the 4s that were discussed to be added to the 5s on this smoothed structure exposure score. And so if we choose to approve this map, its next step will go to the town council for their discussion and approval, and then it will go to the next person at the state who approves the map with an explanation saying, yes, we agree that this 4 should be included in the 5, or no, we do not agree that this 4 should be included in your 5, and we'll have to follow those building codes. Would anyone like to open discussion on this? Begin discussion on this.
I will take it for what it's worth, what I just said earlier in correcting the minutes. I personally look to this map as saying, if you're a 5, you're a WUI. If you're not, you're not. And I don't see us having to add any other land to it. I understand fire goes where it wants to, whether we have it drawn in blue or orange or yellow or any other color. But so do the responsibilities and consequences, if you will. So do those go to everywhere we put in the map. So my thought is have less than rather than more. So I would vote for the map that says any part of Bluff that is in 5 and up should be on the WUI map. Thank you.
Fabulous. Thank you. I had something I was gonna say. Well, it's coming back to me. Does anyone have?
You had something really good.
It was really good.
It was really gonna be good.
Oh,
So I was not present for the work session, and I've read the minutes. I'm just curious. What it was, the logic was about extending the level 5s that are up on the bench down into the town because of their proximity. Was that and so one of the things I'm wondering, I have one housekeeping thought about these maps, which is that the opacity of the overlay needs to be lower because I can't actually see the town well enough. It's hard to read. It's hard to read where in the town that is. It doesn't, I mean, I'm assuming it follows the cliffs, but it's not super obvious. So if you just drop I think if you just make it more transparent, it'll be easier to read. And then the other thing is I think I might fall into the same category as Marcia in my feelings towards including making that type. I guess I'm just curious about what the logic of why we chose to do that, where that came from, because maybe I'm just not seeing it in the minutes, but I don't understand why we would increase the level of something that was not done by the larger evaluation. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with it because I just don't understand the logic, that's all.
That's good to have that discussion.
yeah,
I
totally.
feel like the logic was that you obtain access to insurance, right? It's like an insurance, if you're not in the level 5 or something, then
It's-
there's like a yes or a no thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So building code, if you're in a 5 or above, there are certain fire-wise building codes or certain fire-wise building products you must use. And then if you're in a 4 or below, then you don't have to follow those building codes. And so part of my argument of including this small section as a 5 or of 4s into the, as a 5 was the proximity to homes, to other homes. And if your home catches on fire because you were a 4, but then your neighbor next door, if they did not follow a building code that they were not required to follow, and their house burns down, it's just that the line feels,
Yeah, it's like a buffer against, like a buffer against that area that,
and the line that the state has put here, it doesn't feel like it's super well researched, at least on this specific line. I'm sure that
Yeah.
the six that we see in that little jelly bean on the lower left is better researched because it is such a smaller section, but
right,
it feels like a weird line to put there.
yeah.
It's not a hill that I feel like I need to die on.
No, but I do understand that, that helps me clarify. Sometimes the minutes are hard to pull out exactly
sure.
what your guys' thinking was, so it makes it a lot easier for me to understand now. I mean, I do get it. I understand, and I also can understand how that, I can understand how that would feel kind of like an arbitrary thing.
Yeah.
I'm still just trying to place this blob exactly in Bluff. So does it follow does the green blob or the blue blob follow the cliffs?
No, it's kind of by my house and over towards Twin Rocks.
Oh, okay, I see now. It's following the road that, oh, it's following Calf Canyon Road. Is that correct? Okay,
Yeah,
okay, now I see what's happening.
yep,
And so we're
Okay,
just,
so it's all within town. It's all within,
yep.
okay.
yeah, we're including all of the tight-knit town residences essentially. And a way that we had thought about it, or that I had thought about it, was if you're in the residential district, you're included. So also as a way to make it easier for the building department, so they're not, oh, well, let me check our WUI map. Oh, you're actually, if you put your house
Yeah,
on part of your property, you have to follow Firewise, but if you're on
right,
that property, you don't have to. So it could just
yeah,
make it easier for the building department to say, all of our residential zones that are currently zoned residential are included. And so for a
yeah,
new only, you have to follow this. It's not a retrofit. It's not that everyone needs to go back and now change everything they have to
right. It's
Firewise.
only new
It's just
builds.
And
moving.
also take into account something that also came from the minutes I was talking about,
Nice.
which is that once they've determined you're in the WUI zone and 5 and above, then there are levels of that condition.
That's right.
And those are the levels that are based on what your property does.
Yeah.
So if
Mm.
you sit in a place you can't get to, access is very difficult, you may be responsible for building a turnaround on your property that would service a fire truck. If you don't have water coming to your property in the quantity or quality or hydrant quality, which I know nothing about, then you could be responsible for having the hydrant or something. So all I'm saying is
Yeah,
just because you're sitting in this WUI doesn't mean you're way up there. It means what is your property doing in that WUI? So one of the things about this blue area is there's access to everything there. There really is.
Yeah, that's
It's a
true.
little tight maybe on
yeah,
Cottonwood, on the road, you know, on Calf Canyon Road,
Mhm.
but there's access to everything there. So we're sort of adding a layer that doesn't need to be added, in my humble opinion, that says they've given us a map of what they consider to be higher vulnerability. So let's cover that because we're supposed to, but let's not just say, well, you live really close, so you should be in there too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
right.
do you wanna show the like larger map?
Yeah.
Which I can mess with the opacity or whatever, but I think part of my thinking when we were talking about this last time was that most of developed town is a 5, and it's just that like bunch of things
Mhm.
right there
Right
that
there.
are not, right? And I think too, we were talking about like, okay, what if we did do like a multi-use zone or whatever, and then it's like, that's like half in the 5 and half in the 4. And so it felt like maybe there would be like a more even like application, like you build in developed Bluff, you build in developed Bluff, you know? Cause if you like zoom in, and forgive me, I can fix all the
Yeah.
opacity.
No, it's all
WUI,
good. Sorry, I didn't mean to, you're good, you're good.
it's like all of that, if you go all the way down to like, you know, the edge of the west side is all of
Yeah.
5, except for
Yeah.
the ags, it like basically changes when we get into ag. Any
So
other-
it's all based off of wind patterns coming out of Cottonwood. That's what I'm seeing when I look at that zoomed out map, and that they're making measurements based off of the wind pattern coming out of Cottonwood is what I'm assuming. And
Mhm.
that's like a downflow of the wind that pushes down to the river. I think I agree, it's hard. I totally am split on this in my mind after hearing everybody's logic, because I totally agree with Marcia that it's like, it just adds so much to the individuals. But then I also feel very much like the way that this map is set up, the parity would be way out of whack. I don't understand why the rest of the town. I mean, I get it. The map shows us that right there. I do think though that it does change a reality for the differences of people who live there. So I would really want to know, like, I do have that question of like, how reliable is this map? And like, is there a reason that we should not be expressing parity when it comes, like equity and parity for people when they come into our town to build new things? Because also like where I live, it looks like I'm gonna have to have very restricted things. And I'm like, heck, there's a fire hydrant right next to my house. I have a pull through. I mean, like, so I don't know. I'm like, it changes the reality of what those in the, yeah, it's just such a different, like what you're saying, Marcia, about like what people will be required to do would be really different. So it's hard for me to also, I'm such a
Well-
parity and equity guy that I'm like, why should people over there not be responsible for making fires safe if everybody else is?
Well, there wouldn't, it's interesting because technically,
Yeah,
if we include the blue part,
yeah,
someone went to build their house across the street from the bunkhouse, for example, there's a lot that someone's supposed
right.
to build soon. Across the street from the bunkhouse, that's in this blue turquoise thing here.
Mhm.
And if that person came along and said, I'd like to build, the building department would not get to wooey him because it's less than a 5. And there's no, you're including it with no 5 to make him comply.
Right.
Only be a 4 on the map.
If
That
we just
seems-
adopt it based on
They
what the state.
adopted it as they said, right?
But no.
Yeah.
No, okay, let's go back a step. This map is from the state fire.
Mhm.
In my opinion, we have no question about this map because it's not up to us.
We don't get
Right.
to like the.
So, yeah, exactly. Exactly, Caitlin. We don't get to say, oh, that's not a 5. There's no bushes next to that house.
Mhm.
So if most of Bluff right there in the orange gets covered, then we say, oh, but that's not fair. The people, from Marcia's house to Twin Rocks should be covered because that's the fire will go there too. Then we're asking someone to approve that. Once they approve it, does it become a 5? It doesn't.
Oh, right.
so.
That's it. Does it? Other right. Does it become a 5 from the state's point of view? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
From
because
DNR?
if it
Yeah, that's true.
doesn't become a 5,
Right.
if they say, well, we can include it in your WUI, but if someone goes to build there, there's no
Right.
5 there.
But it
Right. If
is-
it doesn't, right.
We're adopting an overlay, so
Yeah.
to speak, right?
Right.
Like we're adopting a portion of our own code that because we're forced to adopt
Right.
this
Right.
But
in
she's,
the way that
but
it's presented without blue. Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah.
no, you're
but-
good. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just thinking about how Marcia's point is that it's superfluous though, because it's not actually, we aren't, just because we're adding an overlay and saying you in this district have to do this because we believe in equity. She is correct that it's by the data that has been presented to us by DNR, it is a superfluous or whatever the hard to say that damn word. Regulation, because it's not actually a 5. We have just decided it is a 5 out of our desire to have things be equitable, which I think when you say it that way, Marcia, I am leaning more towards what you have to say, because it is, again, just like it doesn't change the state's. Yeah, this is only making my brain spin in more circles.
I know.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Caitlin
I
said,
get what
it
you
would
mean.
be us just creating an overlay
Right.
that would say, when we look through the Bluff lens, we see that as a 5.
Can I say
Can we-
it? Will you open up the wildfire risk thing? Because I think what's I feel like the data that does back the decision of us adding more is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
if like, there are a bunch of layers in this like wildfire.
Right,
explorer,
right. Yep.
And like, they all have different components that are then
Correct.
smoothed by
Yep.
the smooth
They're
structure.
smooth, but that's the one we're.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Right, and if you go into the like damage potential layer of this map, Malia's gonna throw up
Yep,
in
yep,
a
yep.
second. Then you can see like, it's so confusing, you have to go to tools.
Okay, thanks.
So if you go to tools.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Utah Wildfire Risk Explorer,
Thank you.
I'm like, this all happened to me over.
Yeah, oh, yeah, no, I do it every time too, but you're okay, so.
But you like I feel like if you click through the layers, you're like, oh, that one's not a lot, oh, that one's not a lot, you know, like whatever. And then you go to damage potential, which I feel like is the best argument here is that, and that's like kind of what I'm thinking is that like density fire jumps, right, from structure to structure and like could potentially do that. And like if we've
Is it
got,
beautiful?
a more
Start with
dense
beautiful.
Maybe.
what is the,
Yeah.
I don't know, I have my own account because I'm a,
Oh.
I know.
Oh,
'Cause
does
I
it
did-
have to be a state versus a,
There we go,
Dig.
okay. There, so now use, yep, the layers, yep. Where is it, the last
It's areas of, or it's map
map?
themes.
No, yep, there we go.
this
So
is
the one we're supposed to, there's the smooth fire. The smooth building standards
there.
go into Bluff. Go.
You look at it like that and you're like, oh, all of Utah is an 8.
Yeah, I mean, that's the harsh reality about being in the Mountain West.
At the top.
Oh, it's the
Right.
layers.
We live in one of the most fire prone and fire dangerous places in the country, right?
Right.
I mean, we live in the Mountain West.
Go left.
Yeah, look at that's crazy. That damage potential map is very wild.
Okay.
That's just the smooth structure exposure score.
Now
Yeah.
do-
There's swims damage potential, and you see it's like a lot, there's, using your word, Brian, parity across town, except for my side of town, which is F, but like, you know, it's a lot more of town is that like kind of very low according to this. But then when they smooth that score out, I feel like there's just like a weird difference that happens. But like the damage potential is like based on existing structure and like how likely that structure is going to burn, right? And so then it's like the same score in this portion of town we're talking about. But you can also kind of look.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. You can
Risk
change the
potential
opacity.
structures.
What are we looking at?
What do you,
Nothing in there.
Risk to potential structures?
And you click on that and it's all.
well,
Mhm.
that to me was a big factor, is
Mm.
if you start clicking through what the state says about us, we are not a major factor
Right,
in anything.
but then.
But
conditional
using
risk-
the actual smooth building structure one that they've asked us to use in determining, they do show us as having a path that follows the wash, that follows
Yeah.
the, you know, and so, yes, we do have to do some. My thought is only do what we have to do. That's all I'm saying. And I understand the opposite side of the discussion of saying, hey, we're all in this together. But it seems to me that we're inflicting challenges onto people that don't need them, and having just blabbed on or burbled on about, is this a 5 in the blue here? We may not get it because they're gonna say it's not a 5, well, you're not giving it to you.
Right.
Right.
And the great news is this, we are making a recommendation. to
Yeah.
town council. They can have this same
Yeah.
conversation.
That's what I keep coming back to. I'm like, this feels like another one where we are at a impasse with
Yeah.
our own recommendation, and that I think they can look at our conversation and look at the map and those proposed areas, and as the voting body, we can say, this is your vote. Our recommendation is that we're stuck on whether or not
We're
And
doing
that should be
two-
added.
Voted.
Yeah,
but-
no, no.
That
yeah.
blob is not to scale, right? Like that's not a I didn't go into GIS.
Sure, sure.
Right.
Right.
But you
and like-
basically, I'm looking, you looks like you circled, yeah, it looks pretty spot on though. It covers everything, right?
Right, technically, this blue blurb goes from about the end of like where Wendy and Gary live, up at the top of, you know, the Calf Canyon, all the way down and through the canyon and through
Yeah.
rocks and whatever, and up the road slightly to make that turn, but it covers what's already built out there. There is some room, obviously, for more building, as we know, but Okay, so how would you like to proceed, Madam Chair?
So my thoughts are, I mean, we can take a vote, we can have some motions and votes and see if we have something to recommend, if we decide on something. Or we can, it might be good for one person on each side of the argument to attend a town council meeting and kind of introduce where our thoughts are and let them hash it out. We say, here's a map that we have created, and if you choose to go with this, this is something that you can use this. We couldn't come to a decision. The meeting that we decided to vote on it, we only had 4 of us anyway, and so we didn't have a tiebreaker.
If that's
So,
what happens.
if that's what happens. So I would be comfortable just giving this to them and saying, we couldn't come up with a solution.
Well, do you want
you
to
guys-
try motions and see if we're close? Because,
Oh, I don't know,
By the
how I
time-
wanna vote.
well, there you go. I mean, well, I mean, obviously, I do know how I want to vote, but, and I'm not trying to force that. I'm trying to say it may well be
It may.
3-1 in a minute here,
Right,
and we recommend one.
right.
In which case I decide whether or not to go to the town council
That's true.
meeting as a citizen and go, like, why are you making me do this? I don't live there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I think my house was literally like the cutoff of the
Yeah,
street.
you're right on
Conflict of interest? No.
it.
You build
No,
another home?
as a citizen, I wouldn't have that here, but having said that, that's an interesting point. I'm not building anything. My stuff exists and
Yeah,
my house goes down by fire, I would be building a really fireproof house.
yeah, right, exactly.
Vaughn went to fire school and came home after a week in St. George and he went, this place goes in 1.3 minutes. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he had learned so much
Yeah.
about fire that it just scared the heck out of him.
You've done the evaluation quickly.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I have every disease that I've ever learned about, so I understand. Knowledge is not always freedom.
Yeah, good. I would make a motion that the Planning and Zoning Commission offer the map to the town council that shows any WUI 5 in the town of Bluff to be included in the WUI overlay zone. Okay, and there it dies for lack of.
No, 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 I'm just trying to think of what you're basically saying as it stands from WUI. We would put those only zone 5s as the WUI map shows. Or sorry, as the DNR map shows.
Correct, as DNR
Okay,
map.
I just wanted to make sure I was.
No, that's okay. And we
Well,
can-
I will second the motion.
For discussion
The
purposes.
move. Or, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
Is it any discussion at this point, or is it then a motion? Or does it, or an?
you
all in
always
favor?
offer, no, you always offer
always offer.
discussion.
Any
Motion and second.
discussion?
Okay, so the discussion, vote like I do.
Can you make a secondary motion to the motion? Can you amend?
You can make
the-
a different
or does the
motion.
You
to
can,
be
you
voted
can
on
propose
first?
to amend the motion, yes, you could say I amended to say this.
I propose to amend the motion to also show, maybe we show town council both this and the addition.
But recommend the other. But recommend not adding the,
Without a formal
force.
recommendation.
okay, so that's a different motion.
That's a different motion.
I would say that is a different one.
Yeah.
You could.
That's fine, we can have 2 motions on the floor.
So well. Wait a minute.
Well, actually, maybe should we vote on this other one?
Can't
Yeah,
have,
vote first.
okay, we have a motion right now that says just the orange part of
Yeah.
the map in the town of Bluff is what we recommend to pass. If this motion doesn't pass, she's gonna put one together that says, this is how we do it. Okay, so in
Okay.
that case,
So in that case, all in favor of Marcia's motion, say aye.
I would like to abstain.
wait,
Wait, can I abstain from voting?
I mean, sure.
I did that on purpose. I mean, I knew I don't have an opinion. I was not part of the first conversation. I don't feel compelled by either direction. I feel very compelled by both, and I don't feel comfortable making a vote. And that's why I am
So
abstaining.
I vote no on my motion.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what I wanted to say that before we made a motion, because I'm going to abstain from any vote on this because I don't feel like I have the amount, other than the only vote I would not abstain on would be to say that we would present it to them without a true
Okay, well,
recommendation.
let's finish this one.
Okay,
Any,
yeah,
all in
sorry.
favor, say aye. No ayes.
Opposed,
Opposed?
opposed is 1,
I oppose.
2,
Opposed.
3,
Okay,
and abstain
And
is
abstain.
And then I'm
1.
abstaining, sorry. I went out of turn there, sorry. I
You're good, you're
realized that
good.
now.
all right,
And we can
so
go back and make a new.
we can have
like,
another
Yeah.
motion brought to the.
Caitlin has
Yeah.
something on.
Okay.
Yes, I make a motion, we present town council with the addition option and the no
Hmm.
addition to level 5 option. With no formal recommendation. However, 2 planning and zoning commissioners should attend the next council meeting and participate in the discussion with town council to explain each map.
I will second that. I will second that, except now for discussion.
And for discussion?
And for discussion, it's scary to put in a motion that someone has to be there because we never know.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
But
true.
What if we were to amend it to say with maybe a presentation put together by planning and zoning of.
Yeah,
Of our
something more
thoughts, so
ambiguous, I
it wouldn't
like that.
necessarily require someone to be there, but it would be something that we'd put together and say.
a
These are our
paragraph
reasons
yes, a
for, these are
paragraph-
our reasons against. You
Yeah.
guys can still take this and look at it, but this is why we couldn't make a decision, and
Yeah.
thankfully, you guys have to.
Yeah, and thankfully, that's why you're the voting body.
That's why we're recommending.
So,
Yeah.
Caitlin, can you amend your motion to say a presentation rather than
Yes.
being present?
I amend my motion. It's a town planning and zoning commission presentation with pros and cons of both maps for the town commission, to the town councils.
And
consideration.
I had seconded your motion, so I will second the amendment as well.
Okay,
So-
any further discussion?
So the motion is present both maps with an explanation of both maps. And that way, say, while we did try and vote, with only 4 of us there, we weren't getting anywhere. Okay, in that
Yeah.
case,
All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 All right, motion passes unanimously. So moving on, next steps on that. Who wants to work on that presentation?
I'm happy. I'm happy to if someone who was at the first conversation wants to spend a couple minutes with me doing it. I'm happy to put the actual thing together on everybody's
Brian,
behalf.
I'm absolutely happy to do that. We can
Okay,
just.
cool.
And I think the presentation can just be a written statement.
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking. We can just put together and then we can draft something up and send it to everybody
Paragraphs.
to review.
One tells the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would like to tap in to helping compile. the
Okay, and,
presentation.
or
Sounds
do
great.
it, well, 3 of us.
Maybe we
should-
just like are all in a doc.
I also don't have to participate. I just didn't want you guys to feel like I wasn't offering to help. Like if you guys feel like it's better for you because you were part of that first conversation.
Brian,
I-
you should be part of this
Yeah.
because
Okay, cool.
you present a whole nother sort of vision on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to be
So-
part. No, I'm happy to be part of it. I just didn't want to step on toes. So
Here's a great idea. Brian.
Yeah.
Write something,
great.
send it to all of us
Perfect.
and we will edit.
Yes.
Amazing.
And one
Sounds like a plan.
presentation will be done. Now, timing, please.
They're gonna
19th is
talk about
the,
this on Tuesday.
They're gonna
oh,
talk
on the
about.
12th?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I can do it tomorrow. I have some time tomorrow or Saturday, and I'll just make sure I get it to you guys by the end of day Saturday. I'll make sure it's in inboxes by then, like it'll probably be midday by Saturday at the latest. Does that sound good?
Yeah. And then let's try to have our edits done by Monday morning so we can put it in the agenda
Yeah,
packet.
people can, I'll try
Thursday.
to, I should be able to get it done in the like by early afternoon tomorrow too, though. So I'll try to make sure, I'll try to do it in the morning. But in case things blow up, I'll make sure it's done by Saturday. But I'm putting it on my
And if
calendar for
anybody
tomorrow.
can't Anybody doesn't have time to comment, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you put together a yes, a blue dot, and I mean, a blue blob and no blue blob paragraphs. Can
Sounds
add
perfect.
words to it
Mhm.
that we go, he forgot to say this.
Yeah.
Great. Then I'll do it
And then-
tomorrow morning. That sounds like something I can definitely do tomorrow morning.
Cool.
I'll get
And
it to you
Malia-
guys by midday.
Malia, we leave it to you then to get it into the packet
Yes.
correctly.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah,
Cool.
so let's have it done. Let's have all edits in there by Monday. Is that the 11th?
Yes, it is. It's
By
Correct.
noon? So that I can make sure it's in there.
great. Thank you. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Wow,
of
good
course.
discussion.
Thank you guys for getting that work done. Thank you for putting the
getting
maps
us
together.
nowhere. Thank you for getting
No, I
us
mean, it's
up.
not, I know how it feels that way. It's not nowhere though. It's an important conversation. It was a
It
good
is.
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. One of those
That's
times I'm really
pertinent.
thankful to not be on town council.
Yeah, it reminds me of the airport conversation a little bit of just like, we get stuck and then we say, okay, guys, here's the information we've gotten.
Yeah. They're gonna be like, wow, thanks.
Thanks anyway.
No, I think it presents a really good question for them to think about and voting on, you know?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I keyed.
So,
Okay, so, number 4, commissioner emails and shared folder tutorial. So I put this on here because there has been some confusion
Mhm.
about how to access our OneDrive and how to do different things. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of walking through our Microsoft and our Outlook and things. Let me know, I'm gonna just like, yeah, let me know if this doesn't look like what you're seeing, because
Okay.
I have a little bit of a different setup, but I pulled up my mail on
There you go.
the web. Is this what yours looks like?
Yes.
Okay, so a way to access your planning and zoning documents is over here. You see the little cloud.
Mhm.
We have that OneDrive, and you can click on that. And that should open all of the files that you have within the town of Bluff. Mine's gonna look a little bit busier. And so where you'll probably find planning and zoning for you is in this shared section. And because mine is busy, I'm gonna type in planning and zoning folder. Oh my gosh, and then of course it goes back to my email. Okay, so back to shared. And it used to be Sam Bouchard's files.
Yeah, that was very confusing.
It is no longer Sam Bouchard's files. Those stopped uploading, those stopped working. And so I called Galaxy and they actually allowed me to pull those folders under my name. So they are now under Malia Collins's files. And I have them tucked in a different spot. But and it's titled Bluff Planning and Zoning.
Malia Collins files.
It's owned, but yeah, it's now owned by me.
Okay.
And so this still has all of our files in it. Nothing was left out. And so if you're looking for agendas, you'll be able to find them here.
Yep,
Agendas
yep.
for 25, 26. If you're looking for copies of our general plan, just all of our
Yep,
documents are here, all of the things that we had.
Okay.
Any questions or areas that you're getting hung up with our Bluff planning and zoning?
No, that basic look I can get to
Okay.
right there. So it's cloud to shared files.
Mhm.
And I've done that, so I'm
Awesome.
okay there. I think mostly it's opening and closing things and how to send things through the email. I type up a nice letter
Mhm.
that my notes are typed up and I go, I should share this with everybody. So now I have this Word document that I've been typing in my computer
Mhm.
and I want to get it to you guys. So I go to I'm in my mail and I say new mail and I type, hi, everybody, here are my notes on WUI.
Mhm.
And I can't get it to you. It either won't, change or it won't go. It'll say not shared and I have to.
Okay, so in your Word document, I'm gonna just use the town council meeting minutes from Tuesday that I haven't finished. Does it look like this? Is this the version that it looks like when you're using it?
Yeah, if I've typed up a letter and, you know, a note, it's in my words,
Yeah.
Word document,
So ways that you can share that is the share button at the top.
okay?
And you have a couple of options here. So if
Okay.
I just press share, you can actually type in our names. And you can type in Caitlin.
Right.
And then you can put a message, hi, I have this for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And it will, and then you can hit send and it will send to her inbox.
Mhm.
But as like it'll say,
Send-
she has this
Send
document.
from which email?
It'll send it from your like blanket, like it'll be like a Microsoft email that goes like Marcia Haydenfeld shared X document with you, or in this instance, Malia Collins shared this with you on OneDrive.
Mhm.
You can also do this and you can go to copy link
Yes.
and then you can paste that link in to your email you'll send to me, Caitlin, that says, hey, Caitlin, right? Maria's doing it. And then you just hit paste,
Yep.
you know, here's the Word doc I worked on or whatever. And there you go. And then so now I can go in and click that. You can also, Malia, if you go back to the Word doc, you can, that like share button up there
Yeah.
that we were just on, that we got that from.
Yeah.
You can go manage.
Are you guys
access.
changing the screen on your screen?
Yeah,
Nothing's changing and it's been stuck on Malia's OneDrive for a while. So all the things that you've been describing, it's okay. It's fine. I'm just telling you that for the people anyone that's online, I guess it's just me, so.
I think it's just us.
But there you can
Oh, there.
go to your like little person icon and it'll take you to the same thing and it'll go like, you can grant access to everybody in your organization or like
Okay.
Caitlin McLennan specifically and all this other stuff that you probably don't need to know about.
Right.
But
Okay, so just type away, do my work, because Word document for me is just perfect to write my notes. But that Word document now is just sitting on my screen, then I can take it and do things with it.
Mhm.
You think the share button is the way to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you also mentioned that I could probably get it to it links to that.
I do both as just like a
Okay.
make sure people see it, because sometimes I'll see like Google Drive notification, because we use Gmail at my work, and like just the Google Drive notification won't be enough for people to like click on the thing, and so then I'll also send a
That's-
very nice email with the link
With it in
to
there.
the thing that I've already like edited the access of the document.
Okay.
When you guys send meetings, like for instance, when you sent that, Malia, when you sent that subdivision application or like when Caitlin, you sent that WUI map, that's copying and pasting and then sending an email when it shows up in that format, right? Like you're pasting the link and then there, or is that a direct share?
We both attached PDFs for those.
Yeah, okay, so
specific-
that's just attaching the file, right? That's not, okay.
In the message itself.
I'm just trying to find one where they shared it.
But we could, I mean, like create a new folder in the planning and zoning OneDrive that's like things to share, is what it's
Right,
titled.
like shared working, or yeah, like shared. I like that
Yeah,
idea.
we have working notes.
Yeah, that exists.
Yeah.
We just
Oh,
use
okay, so
that.
maybe we should start using that. Yeah, that's awesome. And that's
Where's-
in the,
Working notes is
If
in our
you
Bluff
go-
planning and zoning.
Okay, hold on.
One of our
Lower
folders.
this again. And be up here again. My email again. Okay,
And then you click on that little cloud
The cloud,
icon.
yeah. And shared files,
Yes.
okay.
And then Bluff planning and zoning folder.
Go.
Beautiful. Yeah, gotta click on the title of the folder.
Yep,
sweet.
there you go.
Nice. And then if you scroll down, there's a folder titled working notes. And we all have access to anything. You can then hit the plus in the upper left hand. And that will allow you to create a new Word document within this file we all already have access to.
Oh,
And it's creator upload. Brian, can you see what we're doing
So-
still?
I can now, yeah, it's broadcasting now, thank you.
we notes create. And this will go into here and I'll be typing in this folder.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, Caitlin. Nicely done.
Why don't, as a test for this amazing thing, what I'll do tomorrow is I'm gonna make a working notes document for our Word thing. I'll put it
Yeah.
in here and then I will share it with everybody, both through both means. And so that way
Nice.
we'll put it in here, you can access it in here, edit it through here. And I'll send a couple of different means and we'll just make sure everybody feels good about it for some live action practice.
Okay.
Amazing job tying two agenda items together.
Excellent. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, ladies. That,
Mhm.
yeah. I'll still call you when I
Amazing.
need you.
Yes, please do.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Clear as
Great.
mud?
Exactly.
There's the San Juan. Actually, that's pretty clear.
It's pretty clear right now.
That's pretty clear right now, actually. Huh.
Okay, so, number 5,
Cool.
update from commissioners. Oh, did you have something else, Brian?
Nope, sorry, I just forgot to mute and
We good. Update from commissioners, zoning code revisions. I added this in case we still had a little bit of time. We're currently at 7 o'clock. I frankly have had a long day and I'm glad to put this on the next agenda.
I think it's a great work session discussion.
I love this idea.
Okay, perfect. So, number 6, we'll table number 5 till next meeting. Number 6, items for next agenda. Obviously, number 5, update from commissioners. I guess I would like a quick update on kind of where we're at. Are people still meeting together? Do we have next steps?
Caitlin and I had a discussion today about kind of where we were with things. And so we both took a few minutes to sort of scope into what we were trying to do. I have to say that I'm not very prepared
Okay.
with anything. What I would say is I'm more prepared of an overview of what I'd like to see happen,
Okay,
but I need direction on how to make that happen, I think would be a good way to say this. You know, I looked just today, I looked at one of the, Torrey, I was looking at the town of Torrey, and they had a really good chart. They only have a couple of zones, they only have a couple, you know, and it's like, hey, there you go. Well, I mean, they have a town of 251 people or 31 people, just like we do, and they, you know, so I see ways to
Mhm.
do it. I don't understand how we're going to.
okay.
And so Caitlin and I are breaking up. She's breaking up the band. But having said that, at the work session, I think we can discuss how best to proceed. That's
Perfect.
not.
Yeah, that's great.
I have some ideas based on Canaraville
I
and,
looked at them.
right? Like they've got some cool stuff. And I do think there are ways to streamline how site plans are reviewed. Yeah.
Cool.
And maybe we can eat some pasta about it in the next 2 weeks.
Wow, I love pasta. Okay, that's good. So is this still an okay way to write it? Update from commissioners, zoning code revisions, and then we'll know where to go from there.
Yes, put it
Okay.
on our work session
Okay.
as being, because
That's
then.
one of our main things.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's time to pick, we've been distracted.
Let's make it the main focus.
Okay. Oh, any other items for next agenda?
Probably not yet, but.
These things are for June. Okay, number 7, other. I have one other. I will be out of town, at our next meeting. So please
Bless you.
discuss things.
Okay.
Man, I want to be part of the discussion though. So if someone else, Brian, will you be willing to
I'm
chair?
here,
the
I'm
meeting?
here, I'm ready. I've been waiting in the wings.
Vice chair is gonna vice for us.
I'm ready for my 1 week reign.
Yoo-hoo!
Just kidding.
So
just
in
kidding.
that
Yes, I'll be
case,
here.
I'll let you, do you want to build the agenda or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'm
well,
happy.
I
Let me do it
I'll
all.
still
Let
be
me do it all. You
You
stay
wanna do it
away.
all?
Work it
I'll
out.
take on, I'll do it all. You're gonna be gone. I'm happy to do the agenda. I'm happy to send stuff out. This is why I said I'd be vice chair. I'm happy to do it all.
Okay. I don't like giving up control, but.
Well, you should learn to do it because you'll live longer and you will have less chronic diseases the sooner you do it. But that's just me speaking from my RN pants.
Thank you.
But
Okay.
yes, I will make sure that everything is done to exactly how you'd like to do it. We will talk about it tomorrow at our other meeting.
Okay,
But I promise
Sounds-
you, on the 21st of May, I will run a work session at the
Awesome.
community center.
perfect.
It's
Amazing
on my
work.
calendar.
Believe in you. I'll do my best to attend virtually, but I can't promise anything.
You
It'll be-
guys should, isn't that like the first day you'll be in Florida?
Yeah,
Florida.
I'm going to Florida, guys. I'm going on vacation.
Exactly, do not,
Taking Spencer?
Yes.
Oh.
And then we're meeting my family, my parents and my sisters and their kids. It's gonna be so
Oh,
fun.
That's awesome.
gosh. Very
I know.
good. Well, let's finish.
Okay. Any others? Yes, Marcia.
I was a little disappointed in the timing on paperwork of this episode. We tell people to get us their stuff early.
Yeah.
And if they don't, the only reason
Yeah.
I didn't complain before looking at Jennifer's paperwork, for
Yeah.
example, is we'd already seen it.
Yeah.
But I think we want to be careful of that because then people are going to go, well,
Yeah.
we didn't see the paperwork before then. So
Yeah.
I'm just being whiny.
No, I
For
think
what
that's
it's
good.
worth,
Yes.
you saw the paperwork ahead of time. I did not see that paperwork until
Oh, see,
5:30 PM when
yeah.
that arrived in my inbox, so.
See, there you go. That's a
As
good-
much as I agree with you, I also have to say that that was not, it was a little
Yeah.
bit, I had no idea that that thing was even happening. So
Yeah.
which I'm fine, I read it through and I made, I went through it, but I do agree with Marcia that, I felt a little out of step. I'm not sure why I didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah.
Other
Well, it was
than
on
just that
the-
the paper, no, it was, but the paperwork never was there. So like, I mean,
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
totally derails my thinking because when I'm looking for things like that, I'm looking for the packet. I'm not, I
Yep.
have to admit, I'm generally looking for a packet being sent. So, which is also my due diligence to dig a little deeper, and make sure, but at the same time, it was not an obvious thing at all.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I would
so,
second what Martha's saying.
Yeah.
But-
And then the second part of mine is what we just talked about a second ago, and that is, Madam Chair, it's make a motion, get a second, ask for discussion.
Yeah.
And then it's vote aye, vote nay,
Yeah,
vote
sorry.
abstain. So you call it because then he
Right.
doesn't go, I'm abstaining and kind of, so it's what do you vote all the way
Sorry,
through?
I was trying to say that as part of the discussion, not as part of the
Yeah,
vote, and I didn't get it out in time because I was
And Brian,
toggling mute.
it's
I
totally
apologize.
fine, and we're
Yeah.
all good with it, cause
Right.
we're all us. But if we all do the same thing in our heads,
Yeah.
then we know the vote is
Yeah,
coming.
exactly. Yeah, no, I appreciate you setting us back on track with
Here we
that.
go. I'm done.
Sweet. Any other others?
I have an unfortunate other.
No!
No. Terrible. I got a really cool job and have to move to Salt Lake City as a part of that job. That's really cool and awesome for me, but really sad for me at the same time. And so I have to, what do I have to do? I have to resign from Planning and Zoning Commission because I will no longer meet the residency requirements of my.
That's terrible news for us and the town of Bluff, but
It
great
is.
news for you. And we are so excited to hear about this opportunity for you that I think that's the most important part of this. We will miss you and we will be sad to not have your expertise, but what a cool opportunity for you. So congratulations.
Thanks.
And you're welcome to continue being an advisor for the Planning and Zoning Commission if you just have all this extra time and you want to just be an advisor. That is not a position that you must live in Bluff for.
Oh,
Cause you won't be busy, right, with the new job?
I would echo every word Brian said and therefore quietly say how wonderful that is for you.
that is so quiet. And I will be in town as much as physically humanly possible, which I have no idea what that means yet, but.
And we
So-
will all come visit you when we see concerts and need to go to Salt Lake.
Do you have a resignation date at this point of when your last meeting?
Today or the next one.
Work session.
Probably
Yeah,
the
I
next
think
meeting?
so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm.
And so I'll work with Aaron to get the position posted. And then we'll try to have interviews at the work session in June so that we have enough time. Then if anyone out there,
The meeting in June.
the work session to give enough time. So
Okay, wait, whatever you and
I
Aaron
think that's what
decide.
Aaron and I just,
Oh.
that's what we were talking
Oh,
about.
okay, good, okay.
So that we'll have enough time for it to be posted and then conduct interviews at that second meeting in June. Yeah. So any member of the public that would like to join the Planning and Zoning Commission, now's your chance.
Now's your chance.
But I'll double check that and I'll try to have that information for you before I skip town
Cool.
for our next meeting. So this is our last meeting together.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Yeah,
happy.
look at you. I actually look at you.
okay.
But yeah, I'm happy to help
I move,
wherever I can, because I'm still attached to town, deeply.
I move to adjourn.
Adjourn.
Woohoo, 7:10. Planning and zoning meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, Brian.
Thanks, guys. See you guys later.
Have fun at work.
Thanks,
Oh,
Mr.
yeah, only 50 more minutes. See. Bye, guys.